How's it, everyone? Jojo here, Rifles, Rods, and Broads. We are knocking the rust off of this one. Langosta, long time no see, my friend.
What's going on, Jojo?
Oh, man, you've been a lot busier than me. I feel like I've been handicapped this whole season, and I see all these wheel guns coming out.
Well, man, we're kicking in overdrive here on the wheel gun episodes. So if you guys haven't been watching or you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you like and subscribe and help us get the views up on the wheel guns. We got a lot of exciting new content coming up regarding wheel guns, and make sure you like and subscribe, hit the little bell so you get your notification.
We do, man. At home, I've been a fan of you, bro. You and Brian have been going out, and it's like, oh, Wheel Gun Wednesday. We've got other content that's up on the channel. We've been getting subscriber after subscriber, and it's been a long time away from the microphone, and it's good to see you. Good to be here again in studio, talking about rifles, rods, and broads, and we've got a lot going on. So although we've been kind of quiet in terms of the podcast overall, behind the scenes, we've been doing a lot of work, and I know you've been doing a lot of work, and we've got a lot to talk about tonight.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
So we got some leather here, man.
We've got some leather.
So today we're going to be talking about how to carry your trail guns.
Trail guns, sidearm, leather wrapped.
And I've got a new addition to my collection. So these are my favorite method of carry, whether you're robust in the circumference of your waist.
Temporarily,
or whether you're skinny as hell. I'm packing some Alaskan double D diamond holsters from Wasilla, Alaska, man.
So tell me about this. Like, where did you end up finding this company to end up getting your first holster that ended up being, one of 4 holsters?
I found them probably 12 years ago. I mean, I think this company has been around since the 70s.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, the website looks like it was first founded back then.
So when you click into it and you put the www, does it go?
Yeah, you get the fucking
dial up.
You get the dial up ring. So I mean, look, man, they're leather makers, right? They're not Silicon Valley guys. So, I've got them for a few different guns. I don't know if you can see from the overhead. But maybe somebody can pick out which one's the new one. Here's the clue. They were all the same color when I bought them.
You just made that more difficult.
So this is my, I don't know, I guess we could get into this real quick. And we can talk a little bit more about hunting and stuff a little later. But this is my weathered one. I've carried this to Colorado several times, carried it to Texas.
And what's the company again?
Diamond D Custom Leather or Custom Holsters.
Diamond D Custom Holsters.
Yeah.
We'll have the link for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely put the link up. So their model is basic. So they make a couple different holsters. They make a traditional on your belt waist holster if you wanted to. They make quite a few of them. They make a concealed carry deal and outside the waistband, that type of stuff. And they'll make them for all the popular manufacturers. But I like wearing my holster. You can see this is pretty weathered. But I like wearing my trail gun this way. And the reason is that when I pick up my gun, you've got your ammo on it already. And, some surplus ammo and then the ammo that's in the gun, obviously. Mm-hmm. And it's ready to go. So if you're hunting in Colorado's grizzly country, right? You're in Montana. You go to Wyoming, places like that. My philosophy for gun carrying, whether it's my hunting rifle or trail gun, is that the gun must be with ammo at all times.
You must be prepared.
Yeah, more than what is loaded in the gun. You have to have at least one reload.
It's the emergency response plan for hunting.
Well, this is the emergency response plan, right? So this don't go bang without a little bit of ammo.
Right.
Right. So that's my thinking. So if, let's say we're in the tent and we're cooking dinner or whatever, everything's cool, you take the gun off and the gun's hanging on your bed or whatever on a chair, and something happens, you want to be able to grab that gun and it's got everything that you need in it already. It's already loaded. It's got a backup stuff in there. I do not unload the guns in camp. I don't do that. That's bad. That's a bad idea. Same thing for the rifles. I don't. Everybody just assumes that
they stay loaded.
You treat a gun like it's always loaded, and you're not gonna have a problem, right?
Especially out in the backcountry.
100%. 100%.
You never know.
It just, when bad things happen, they just happen unexpectedly and very quickly.
And you have to be ready.
And you gotta be ready. So, or you just want to cut as much time off of it as possible, give you a chance to win. So this reminds me, Jojo, of this 1911. The way it carries reminds me of the tanker holsters of World War II. So like the tanker guys, they got a leather holster like that, and it carried just about here on your body. And the reason that it's cool is because if you're in a tank or in an enclosed area, it's real hard to get to stuff that's on your side.
Yeah, 100%.
So the idea is that you can get it both sides. If you become injured, you can take the gun out with either hand because it's in the center of your body. For backpacks, you can carry your backpack on it. It doesn't bother you at all to just have the strap, your backpack strap right over your shoulder. It's no big deal at all.
I must say that I've become a big fan of keeping it closer to the chest for sure.
Yeah. Now, this may be, a little bit not appropriate for broadcast, but when you go to the bathroom, number 2 in particular, it's a problem if your waist is heavy. Like your gun is rubbing and getting into stuff if you're in the snow, right?
Yeah.
The practicality.
We're talking about real life situations here.
I'm talking about the practicality of it because when I used to carry maybe a smaller gun and it was on my waist, I'm like taking the holster. I'm like disassembling all my shit to be able to take it. So it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Plus, it takes a long time. It's kind of really burdensome. So this thing's always on you. You just cop your squad, do your deal, and you're good to go.
I mean, you find the comfort in it too, and it's like the thing about it is that once you find something that's comfortable for you, it almost feels like it's never there.
Right.
But when you need it, you know exactly where it is.
Yeah. So a lot of times when I hear people, kind of maybe newer hunters, they're like, "Well, this Ruger here, this is a 5.5-inch barrel. It's too heavy to hump around." And I'm like, well, so you're right. There are smaller 44 mags. I mean, Smith & Wesson makes a scandium frame. I think it's like a 6-7 ounce gun, but try shooting 44 mags out of it. It's brutal, right?
Yeah.
So the recoil, the gun should be the size of the cartridge that you're carrying. If it's too small, you're not going to want to shoot it often, and you're not going to be very good with it.
Well, I learned a lot from that 500 Smith & Wesson video that you just posted the other day.
Yes.
And talking about the weight of the gun.
Yes.
And you would not want anything lighter for the load that you were shooting because the barrel was just about friggin' kicking your forehead on that recoil.
I thought that gun was going to fly into my face.
Bro.
And it's not even at max load.
Yeah.
That's the crazy stuff about that load. But yeah, no. So Smith & Wesson makes this emergency 3-inch barrel or 2-inch barrel snub nose in a 500.
Yeah.
That shit. I mean, that's nuts.
It's literally a firecracker.
It's just like a hand explosion. Like, try squeezing another round after the first one goes off.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
So I'm a big believer that you're the weight and the structure of the firearm for maximum use and maximum comfort, and really, if you like the gun and you enjoy shooting it, you're probably going to be pretty good with it.
So in regard to the holsters that you have here on the table, and obviously the ones that you've picked up, you've gone with the same design, right?
Yes.
It seems like in the world of hunting and other things, the lighter I get, the better I get, but then it almost also seems like there's a reversal where it's like, where weight was the number one thing to decrease and it would make it a better product. That's not necessarily the same case. So in terms of debating between, hey, Langosta, you're picking up a leather holster that's going to be along your chest. It might add some more weight because it's leather versus having something that's super light. So if you were to talk to somebody and talk them into the fact of, dude, don't give a fuck about what it weighs, this is a prime holster that's going to be there where you need it to be there. It's going to last a long time. What are some things that make you sway between, hey, get this versus this because it's lighter, it's synthetic?
I think that you brought up something really interesting and something that a lot of people don't think about. So if you are going to go on a sheep hunt, let's say. Most extreme,
sheep hunt.
scary, exhausting, that type of thing.
Rocky, steep.
Yes. Then I would say that your exposure to grizzly while you're up on the mountain is probably low. You're going to have your primary gun, which is going to be your rifle, right? Which is going to be way more powerful than any of the stuff here. So then what I would say is carry a smaller gun with penetrating bullets. So most people don't realize this. The 45 ACP, when loaded a little bit hot with a lighter bullet, say a Lehigh Defense, anything in the 80, 165 range area, will give you enough velocity that it will be substantial. I would rather have a 45 ACP load, not super hot, they're going to have pressure problems. Don't misunderstand me. But let's say something around 1,050 feet a second, than sorry, I was kind of pointing at the wrong gun. So this is a 45 ACP. This is a 1911, same platform, but this is a 10 millimeter, which is, I didn't realize this until I was doing some research recently. The two most common calibers for bear defense in the western states are the 10 millimeter and the 44 Magnum. I don't know this. It represents probably 65% of all purchases.
The 10 millimeter has been very popular.
Yes, but when you look at the 45 versus the 10 with heavy bullets for caliber, in like a hard cast bullet,
yep,
this has more sectional density than the 10 mil. So it's actually more powerful, is what I'm saying. It has more
if
killing
it's
power.
carrying the right load.
Correct, with the right load. Yes.
Yep.
Because this is going to be 180. Typically, the 10 millimeter is 180 grain bullet. The
Yep.
typical bullet for 45 ACP is a slow 230 grain bullet.
So in regard to the 10 millimeter versus the 45, so if you buy just like kind of your over the counter 10 millimeter ammo,
Yes.
is that going to have the stopping power versus your
No.
your 45 that you got to buy P plus?
No, I would say for defense, for dangerous game, bear defense, you need to have a hard cast bullet for each of them.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if you're going to really compare the ballistics,
Yeah.
Once you get a plus P, the 45 actually has more sectional density and more lethality than the 10 mil. But that's not a commonly known thing.
If you get the plus P in the 45.
That's right. That's right. If you get up to a little bit over 1,000 feet a second, you're going to have more lethality on this. So, but to answer your question, it's going to be gun platform. So if you're in a place where weight is a real problem and the likelihood of seeing a grizzly bear is low, then yes, go with a smaller platform gun. This is much lighter than this, right? And this is probably maybe the same weight as this thing. So I mean, and we could do like a gun episode on its own. We're really just talking about, we're carrying it the same way, but we're dealing with weight differently.
Yeah.
Right? To try and reach the goal of having a secondary gun as a backup gun. Okay? Because, I don't know about you, but going to the bathroom in the woods with your rifle is cumbersome. Most of the time people leave the rifle at the tent and they'll be 30 paces away at the potty and they're unarmed and it could be a problem.
Yeah.
So this is what you're facing. Now, hey, if you tell me, hey, Langosta, I'm going into an area where there is bears. There are bears, and there are plenty of them, and they're all around. In fact, if you're going to go salmon fishing, you may have to shoot one.
Yeah.
And let's say that
area,
a bear, right? A bear, not a salmon. Although, no, you can't do that.
Langosta, I think you try.
If they're put a little in a little shallow there, could sneak one. Man. Okay, so if you're walking from the car to the lake with rod and it's 100 yards, then this is not a problem.
Yep.
Right? You're not hiking over a mountain. You're not hiking into insane stuff. And you're going to where the bears are.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then I want this. Why? Because I can reload faster with that. Now, this and this, it's crazy. They almost weigh about the same because this is a little bit of a tapered barrel. But this seems more cumbersome, but I shoot really good with this. I shoot good with this, but I really shoot good with this, and I can reload this real fast.
But again, we're talking about you're going salmon fishing and you're not walking very far.
That's right. That's right. So as far as As far as but I'm picking this one over this, not on the weight because they're almost the same weight.
Yeah.
I'm picking this over this because I can reload it faster because there may be multiple bears eating salmon.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this brings me to kind of the third scenario, which is, hey, you're going to go horseback. You're going to go into the deep country. Your rifle is going to be in the scabbard on the horse.
Yep.
Which is really hard to get out, especially if the horse gets spooked by the bear. Okay? Hard to get the rifle out. You may get thrown off said horse. Horse runs off right with the rifle. Bear still around. That's why you need a secondary gun, right? So I would carry this no problem. This one or that one, no problem under that scenario. And if you guys hunt elk in Colorado, you're going to pack hunt, you're going to be taken over there. I'm not humping around up and down mountains with something super heavy, right? Now, I am going to be hiking and stuff once where I drop camp, but this is tolerable. And the fact that there are bears there, I want to have a full-size gun. Okay? But there's another choice. There's yet another choice, which I think is the best choice.
Okay. Tell us behind what's door number 3.
Door number 4. It's this one. So after I've owned this one and that one probably for maybe 15 years. Probably this one 15 years and this one 10 years. And this I got maybe 3 or 4 years ago on Facebook Marketplace, which was insane to find that they're very random. So this is the latest purchase that I've made.
And as in latest purchase, this just came in.
It just came in. So this is...
And we're talking about holsters here, people, not the guns,
Yeah, we're talking about the holster. The gun I've had for quite some time. So this holster has a flap and has a backup little strap action.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I was in Colorado on the horse with this gun here, with that gun, I got rained on. And then I got snowed on. And then, like, this was full of snow and stuff in there. And then it stuck because the wet... I got rained on first, and then it started getting cold, so the water froze between the leather and the steel.
That makes sense.
The gun is great.
That's what happened.
The gun is great. The gun didn't get damaged, stainless steel, none of that. The holster's in great shape, no problem. This is this cover. I got a little drop top right here. A little convertible. I didn't buy this because I thought this was going to be really cumbersome. They've always made it with this. I didn't buy this because I didn't know any better. But if you're going to carry a gun into weather, you want yourself a little bit of a drop top.
So in terms of that drop top, can you take it off?
Yes.
Or it's pretty much on there?
No, there's 2 screws. You do those 2 screws. The back side has the female side. You take that off. You screw them back in. And she's good to go.
So one of the things that I think about leather is weatherproofness, right?
Yeah.
So do you go through anything? So when you get your holster, it's leather. Do you do anything to it to make it more weatherproof? Or say you get out there, you're on an 8-day hunt, right? Just for example, and then it's pouring freaking rain and the leather gets wet. So
You can use a little saddle soap later when it's done, but mostly it's the treatment of the leather before it gets wet. Now, this leather is still stiff, right? And it has its shape, right? Because it wants to go back to
Right.
straight. Over time, it'll be limp like this, like this little flap here. It's just limp. So what it will do is it will mold around the grips.
and what attracted you to what's the company name again?
Alaskan Double D leather.
What attracted to you? So what got you hooked on them?
Well, man, I think I probably saw a YouTube video back when YouTube was first starting, in the first infant stages, and somebody had this, and I looked them up, and because they're not really available in stores. It's really one of those things you buy from them.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you'll see something on Amazon or
Based off of what I'm seeing, you're filling out a form, right? What gun are you shooting?
Yeah,
What's the
barrel.
barrel length?
Exactly.
All that stuff. And they've either got it in terms of mold or you're shipping them a gun to make sure that they're customizing it for you.
No, they'll pretty much, you don't have to ship them the gun. They'll have a mold already made for it. And so once I saw that the inside is lined, it's not rough like a lot of the other makers leave the rough part of the leather, and then it wears against the bluing, and that just destroys the bluing over time. So this is just a really well-made, mass-produced, but really well-made holster. And it's not cheap. I think this setup here is close to $400.
Wow.
But I got a lot of ammo. So I got 2 speed loaders and a speed strip as my backup. So when I grab this thing, it's ready to roll. And they have these really nice aluminum speed loaders.
And you bought that separately?
I bought it from them. Yeah,
oh, really?
Yeah, they had it on their website.
I was playing with that thing before the show, and I was like, oh, this thing's pretty cool.
It's really well made. It's really cool. Super well made. All aluminum. Very nice, smooth action.
I think also, too, with like a leather holster, there's like more of a natural sound. And what I mean by a natural sound is that it's obviously not silent, but it's going to be a lot more quiet.
100%.
And just that there's a smoothness to it.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, dude, when you get something that's made by hand by somebody who really cares,
yeah,
it's got a certain amount of soul to it.
Yeah,
it's a cool deal. I
think honestly too, like I mean, some people may not think that it matters, but when you're out there in the field and just kind of like overall the integrity of leather. Like if you're rocking, synthetics, canvas, you're sweating out there, over time that's going to hold some stank.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like leather does that.
No, leather just smells like old.
It smells like old leather.
Old leather, yeah, which is cool. Now this gun is probably one of the more unique guns that I have.
In what case?
Because this gun shoots 45 ACP, and it shoots 45 Colt. And because it's a Ruger Red Hawk, you can load 45 Colt pretty damn hot.
So we've seen that on Wheel Gun Wednesdays.
This has been on Wheel Gun Wednesdays a few times.
In both calibers?
Yes.
Or both loads?
Yeah, both loads. Now, I think, come very close to perfecting the 45 Colt plus P plus load for this thing. And that's what this thing is. This is a 255 grain hard cast bullet, crimped. My wife washed a couple of these. Full wash, full dry. She took them out of the dryer. And they're waterproof. So when you shake them, powder's dry.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So we got a really good crimp. I also put on a lot of these, I put the blue sealer on the primers.
Yeah.
Now, what we're going to do is a little experiment. We're going to torture test these. I'm going to leave them in water for, I don't know, about a week or so.
Okay.
And we're going to shoot them and see.
And they're your own hand-loaded Freedom Seeds.
Yes, these are hand-loaded Freedom Seeds. So hopefully to be mass-produced someday.
The rounds wouldn't have gone off in the dryer?
No, you have to hit you have to hit the primer. Yeah, you have to hit the primer. I mean, my wife wants a new dryer anyway. Maybe she put them in there on purpose.
I see the blame game going here.
Yeah. Anyway, if these were to explode in the dryer, they're not going to go in a direction. The case just explodes and the bullet stays in place.
Yeah.
You need to have pressure to push it forward. So it has to be in a cylinder.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
So in terms of like there's different strategies of packing your sidearm and what you loaded it in the backcountry. Are you loading some rounds as hollow points and then solids and then hollows again? Because there's all kinds of talk out there about like, okay, have your first 2 rounds hollow, your third round make it a solid, or what have you? Or are you packing the same bullet all the time?
No, I would do. I think if you want to have,
and maybe it's a more like a more like handgun pistol kind of strategy where you've got your magazine, but
well, no, I mean hypothetically you could. I mean in Africa, right? We for buffalo you carry a soft point or hollow point as your first one, and then everything else is solids.
Okay.
So you could have that strategy, but I would worry. I would say this: if you wanted to have a hollow point that still penetrates, then just buy that. So Lehigh Defense makes the controlled chaos where the petals break off and you have a solid slug that keeps going.
The YouTube videos on that is crazy.
Yeah, so we're going to do some testing on that. We're going to load some on that because I think that is probably the most exciting bullet in the last 20 years. Since the Barn TSX bullet, I think that's how much I think the chaos is going to change the gun. Especially,
there's a lot to talk about there too.
Especially here in California where it's a lead-free deal for hunting where you're out hunting. So look, the bullet really matters that you have a deep penetrating bullet. So as crazy as this may sound, you're better off carrying full metal jacket than you are hollow points as a defense round. Those, I shot a doe in Texas during the season with mistakenly with a Full Metal Jacket 223 round. It went through. I shot her in the chest, and it went out her rear end, the back ham. It penetrated 3.5, 4 feet. It went out easy, deer dead. But the moral of the story is, if you're talking about for a defensive ammunition against a dangerous game animal, bear, hogs, whatever it is that you're dealing with, you want a deep penetrating bullet. That's what you want, right? So that's your number one.
And that's the
thing.
conundrum, right? That people that start cutting into this stuff. What's one round, one gun that does it all? Well, it's arguable that I think it's better to strategize in the sense of where are you going? What exactly are the predators?
100%.
And
No, you have to have the tool for all of these things. Are not the same. They're tools for different scenarios.
and there's a lot of tools there on the table, bro.
Yeah. Well, people run into a lot of different problems. I think Clint Smith said it best. He said, look, if you're going to be walking around in the beach in shorts, you're going to want the smallest gun. If there's a horde of 3 or 4 people that are ready to break down your door, you're going to want the largest gun. The problem is that the only purpose to have the gun is to protect yourself. So it's got to be enough to be able to do that as the bare minimum, not that it's just going to be convenient for you to carry.
In your opinion, if there was a first-time buyer of a handgun that's going to carry it as a trail gun, are you going the wheel gun or are you going more in the Glock style 1911?
I would always go with the wheel gun. And I'm going to tell you why. The wheel gun will have a wider variety of the bullets that you need, and she will always go off.
Yep.
The likelihood of this malfunctioning is so low compared to a gun that requires all of these parts. Now, I think you're very reliably going to be able to pull off one shot.
Yep.
I don't know that the second one will be 100% as for sure of a thing as this.
Yep.
So that's my thinking. If I was going into grizzly country, I would not carry that. I would carry this. I would carry a revolver. Now, which platform I think is probably the best that I don't think you'll ever go wrong with? Probably a 44 Magnum mountain gun. I'm going to tell you why. It has a 4-inch barrel. And if you don't like the recoil of the 44 Magnum, you can shoot 44 Special. And guess what? In 44 Special, they make all the ammo with the right bullets that you're going to need. You can get a hard cast bullet. You can get a hollow point copper bullet if you wanted to hunt with it. You can get almost everything in a 44 caliber because it's been around so long.
So 44 4-inch barrel.
Yes. That I think is, it used to be that your first gun was always a revolver, a 357 Magnum revolver, 4-inch barrel. That was the first gun that you would get. You'd learn trigger control on it. You'd learn double action shooting. You learn double action shooting on it with a longer trigger squeeze and all that type of stuff. But we're in the Glock age, right? So everybody wants a Glocky, although the Glockies are getting banned. So
They're going away, man.
So I saw the Gen 6. It's actually a pretty impressive looking gun. I saw some pictures of it. So anyway, that to answer your question, I would get, because you're never going to have to go higher. And you can shoot very comfortably, really fun. Shooting a 44 Special load is fun as shit. The recoil is about the same as a 45 ACP. No problem. And you can even get like cowboy loads that is even softer. So you're never going to regret. The only thing you'll regret is really maybe the price that you'll pay for the bullet, because they're probably about $1 a round. But that's the world we're in now. So there is no more $16 45 boxes.
Oh, I bet.
So I think that's a gun that no one will regret. I think everybody that gets a gun smaller will get let's say if you have a 9mm Glock, you'll probably get a 10mm, right? If you have a 357 Magnum revolver, you'll probably get a 44 Magnum. This is closer, a 44 mag in a 4-inch, which this is a 44 mag, in a 4-inch deal configuration is closer to your one gun fits all than anything else.
So in terms of the holsters, obviously we got 4 holsters here. The holster itself is not interchangeable with the chest strap. So is that correct?
Well,
do they make a model that like, hey, you can use the same chest strap?
I think it is interchangeable, but they never really sell it like that. I don't think you'll save any money. Like, yeah, you just buy the whole setup. So let's kind of compare and contrast the setups here between my old stuff. So this is a slide out cylinder, right? So
Okay.
let's compare it to this 44 mag Smith & Wesson Model 29 Callahan's gun right here from Dirty Harry. So basically, it adheres to my minimum, which is I have a reload, but this reload is a lot slower.
Yeah.
This setup here carries my speed loader, right? Well, when I carry the speed loader here, they figured out that you could put the strap down there. I didn't even know about that, to be honest with you. I ordered it not really understanding how I was gonna apply it.
Mm-hmm.
But they put it on here for me already. So
with that,
it's on this strap, right? So hypothetically, I suppose I could have ordered this, that goes there, and then move this there.
so you literally got 18 rounds on you
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. For a revolver, not bad.
Yeah, you're obviously shooting whatever's in your revolver. Then you're going straight to the speed loader, and shall you need more?
Yeah.
Then you've got.
So people are like, well, how many times are you going to shoot? Well, like, how many times? You don't get to dictate that.
That's not a Langosta question.
People say that all the time. They're like, well, if you can't get it done with 3, you can't get it done. I'm like, dude, you know who says that? People don't know shit.
Yeah.
People don't know shit.
Yeah.
You don't know how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
We've shot at a pig, and that pig was shot 10 times, hit 3 times with a bow, and it was still fucking boning out.
Yeah. Load another one. Load another one. Load another one.
How many people during that? Look, that was a bona fide show, right? That day.
Yeah.
It was about 6 people shooting at that hog with a bow and arrow, with rifle, with handguns.
Hogzilla.
3 people ran out of fucking ammo. 3.
Fucking Brian, you gotta scare.
Brian, it's Beirut outside, man.
Welcome to South Central Torrance.
There's a hog outside, boys. There's a hog
Home
outside.
of rifles, rods, and rods.
So I was there that day. I saw the whole thing, and 3 people ran out of ammo. Right. So you know what they did? They just ran around like, I got no ammo. They look stupid as shit. I got no ammo. And the hog's boning out down the road thing there. Anyway, probably had to shoot the hog another 3 or 4 more times. But the moral of the story is you don't get to dictate how much ammo it's going to take.
Man.
You just get to dictate how much you have on you.
Yep.
So that's how it goes.
And every animal's got an instinct to survive, and if they feel like their back's against the wall, watch the fuck out, because those motherfuckers are gonna attack. I don't care if it's as small as a mouse or as big as a bear.
That animal had a gash or a gunshot in every single quarter when we gutted that thing out. It had,
so you didn't have to grind the meat because it was already
pre-tenderized. It was pre-tenderized. It's funny too, because at the time, you could tell there was a couple slugs still in there. You could tell who shot at it. I mean, it was like, hey, who had the 30-06? Hey, who had the 44? Hey, who had the 9 mil? There was a couple 9 mil stuck in the back hocks. Yeah. So that's the thing with that. That's my opinion. So my thinking is, I just want to be able to grab the gun and not think about
a fentanyl pig.
It was bad. It was bad. It was perhaps not very sportsmanlike. It isn't like on the channel, like where you shoot it once and it drops dead, and everybody puts a little bit of blade of grass in the thing's mouth. No, it was bad. It was gory. But that's what happens. Once you start, you gotta keep on going. Can't quite stop in the middle of the shoot.
So, in the name of the holster, highly recommended.
So this is the Guide's chest holster is what it's called, and they make other ones. They make a cross draw deal. They make an outside the waistband. Waist holster thing with the flap too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a fan of the flap. I know that many people are not going to like the flap, but I am a fan of the flap. Well, look, I've had it without the flap, and I've had to belly crawl. I had to belly crawl, I think, with my Ruger there. And look, my belly's already dragging on the ground. I ground that fucking gun into the fucking every rock between me and the bush that I was going behind. So gun ain't gonna look too good if you don't have it protected. Now,
what are your thoughts though? How does it affect your approach to the gun? So now you've got a whole flap, right? Your adrenaline's rushing, something's coming. You've got this flap. Do you think it's gonna affect you in any way in terms of drawing said gun out of said holster?
No, the fit is snug and it's gonna wear in with time. This will loosen up and it's gonna wear. Now, I would only use your secondary, which in this case is the primary. I would only use that when I'm getting on the horse.
And what's the proper draw out
the
of a
point.
leather holster?
So
you
diagonal
got
up.
diagonal up. And the reason why I say that is because I have a holster that basically you got to put some thumb pressure to get the gun out of there, to get the, it's locked in place and you're going to have to put some pressure. The leather holster doesn't necessarily have that. So is it all based on, it's on angle?
Yeah, it's on friction, right? So you got
because that's another thing too. Whenever you have a holster, regardless of what you have, you're gonna have to practice it and get used to it.
100%.
And what you don't want to do is practice it when you're actually out in the field, because by the time you do that, it's too late. Because anything that you're not comfortable with will go wrong.
Yeah. So this thing, if I am on a quad or a horse, my backup. All right. If it's bumpy, if it looks like it's going to be on a route, I got a bad driver. But I don't think it's much of a big deal to just pull that out like that. Now, again, it's pretty snug right now because it's new. Mm-hmm. But you have to do a certain amount of back pressure just to get it out right away. Now, you could take it out ambidextrously if you were hurt, if you fell off the horse or whatever. Mm-hmm. You get to your gun both hands. Right? So there's a lot of advantages to it.
And that's something that people have to think about, right? They have to think about the fact that they might not necessarily be in the best case scenario position that they're going to be out in the field.
This is break glass in case of emergency situation right here.
Exactly.
Whatever's happening that's causing you to take this out is a real bad deal. Right. So the reason that I picked this gun, and I'm really excited about this, to be honest with you, I didn't realize this when I bought this gun. But you see, it has what's called the old Coca-Cola grip. It's very small compared to the end frame mag. The length of it, the girth.
What's a
grip?
A Coca-Cola grip?
Yeah, it's called Coca-Cola because it looks like a Coca-Cola bottle, the old school Coca-Cola bottle. See that? How it has this little flare.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know. I pick up all this kind of shit all the time. I don't know how they got it, but so the fact is that this is small.
Yeah.
And it's not cumbersome here in my operating work area, right? So once this collapses over time, it squeezes down and becomes a little bit more malleable. I don't have a problem with this thing. I could pop this out like that and do that, no problem. Mm-hmm. If you want to use both hands.
And I mean, before the show, I tried each of these on, and they're pretty comfortable.
I've worn this all day long. I've been on a 3-hour horse ride with this thing on, and no problem.
Yeah, fits like a glove.
Yeah, because you spread the weight. It's not bad. And then other people are like, well, if that horse is trotting, I'm like, dude, horses don't trot uphill. Horses walk uphill. I'm not trotting on a horse. I weigh 280, 90, 300 pounds. The horse will die. The horse won't trot. I guarantee. Look, if you put me on a Clydesdale, maybe that horse will trot. But horse ain't gonna trot. They're like, oh, you can't ride that on a horse because it's gonna slap and beat the hell out of it. No, it ain't. No, it ain't gonna do that.
It's not trotting.
Yeah, it's not trotting uphill, especially when it's got a piano on top of its back. It's not going to do it. So anyway, this is the internet. You can get all sorts of crazy shit. That people, I read these forums and people make comments about horses. They don't even know what a horse looks like.
We're going to post a reel.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the reality of it. I've carried them. If you have a real heavy gun, you're constantly dragging your pants up because it's weighing you down. And I think this is one of the better ways to carry it, I think.
So now that everybody's thoroughly sold and they want to try this out or they want to check this out, Langosta, where are we directing them to?
Yeah, look, I'm not getting any money. I would love to get sponsored, but we're not sponsoring.
That'd be amazing.
I just like their product, and I think that if you're considering carrying your gun outdoors, you should probably consider carrying it on your chest. Go to Alaska Diamond D Holsters. They're in Wasilla, Alaska, and just order directly from them. If you find the ordering thing a little confusing online or you're not sure, call them. They're really good about that. Part of the process is you're gonna have to take a picture of your gun, and I like to put a ruler right in front of the barrel so they could see how long the kind of the slide is.
Right.
But again, if you have any questions before you hit buy, give them a call and walk them through. Tell them what your gun is and what the specs are and how much ammo you want to carry. Tell them you need the Langosta package where you carry a shitload of ammo. This probably weighs double with all the fucking ammo. 255 grain
It
bullets.
does.
So, but hey, man, I mean, look at how quick this is. We can reload this thing right now. Boom, boom, boom. I'm over here. I'm here. I'm here, and then I'm gonna shoot the camera out right now in the studio. Watch this. No, I'm not kidding. That's how it works. There's nobody.
That's
there.
fast, man.
It's just on the tripod there. So don't, you little Karens, chill out over there. Okay. Anyhow, it's a good product. So check it out. See
Yeah.
see if
And
you
we'll
like
be
it.
doing some more product reviews and talking kind of more in depth about some of the stuff we got. And, it was really nice kind of getting back together with you. We've kind of taken a hiatus and, I missed you, man.
Man, thank you, Jojo. That's very simple.
I missed you too, Brian.
Thank you. It's always nice to be included in the show.
Brian. Thank you, Brian. Hey, guys, we have a lot of content also on our website. We want to get some juice over there. I've got a few blog articles. Jojo's working on a few fishing articles. I've got some articles on some rifles that we've played with, some ammo development that we played with. We got that at 500 on there. We got a big blog article on that. So if you haven't done so, check it out, guys. Riflesrodsandbroads.com.
And we'd like to say thank you guys very much for liking and subscribing here at Rifles, Rods, and Broads. We are close to 500 subscribers. It's the holiday season. We want to hope that each and every one of you had a very happy Thanksgiving. Christmas is right around the corner, so happy holidays to you and yours. Langosta,
We're out of here.
we are out of here.
We'll see you at the range, guys. Bye.
Aloha.